Urgent Niners fan! Look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Niners news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. NFL Mock Draft 49ers take Texas CB Jody Barron with 11th pick. This is an intriguing pick. Most people expect the 49ers to take an offensive lineman or defensive lineman with their first-round pick because they're so depleted in the trenches. But they also need a cornerback, so would they take one if he's the best player available? Pro Football Network thinks the 49ers would draft a cornerback with the 11th pick. That's why they project the 49ers to take Texas corner Jody Barron. John Lynch and the 49ers are looking to reload while staying competitive in the NFC despite how Murphy's Law impacted their 2024 season, writes PFN analyst Reese Decker. With Charvarius Ward and Talanoa Hufanga leaving in free agency, San Francisco urgently needs help in the secondary. Barron is one of the top defensive backs in this draft class. The 2024 Jim Thorpe Award winner is a seasoned veteran with 56 career games, including 38 starts for the Longhorns. A true lockdown defender, he racked up 11 pass breakups and 5 interceptions in his final season while proving to be a strong tackler. His versatility is a major asset that can step in at nickel, corner, or safety, filling multiple roles in the 49ers defense. At 5'11" and 194 lbs, Barron has the size to play cornerback, nickelback, or safety. He also ran a 4.39, so he should have the speed to play man-to-man coverage in the NFL. If the 49ers choose not to reach for a lineman with the 11th pick, Barron very well could be the best player available. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Niners news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Should the 49ers sign Aaron Rodgers and trade Brock Purdy? I'm guessing Rodgers would love to take Purdy's job. Clearly, the 49ers' first choice is to keep Brock Purdy, but if he threatens to hold out unless the 49ers pay him nearly $60 million per season, should they pay him? Or should they trade him and sign Aaron Rodgers instead? Granted, Rodgers is 41 and Purdy is 25. Swapping out a 25-year-old quarterback for a 41-year-old quarterback probably isn't the wisest move. But neither is paying a good not great quarterback nearly $60 million per season. That's a great way for the 49ers to become the Dolphins or the Jaguars or the Cowboys. Purdy is not an elite quarterback, never has been and probably never will be. Rodgers isn't elite anymore, although he is a future Hall of Famer, and he probably would cost the 49ers much less than what Purdy wants. Rodgers doesn't seem to be any team's first choice in 2025 for obvious reasons. He's old, he's not mobile, and he has a toxic personality, just ask the Jets and the Packers. But he still can throw a football much better than most NFL quarterbacks, including Purdy. I'm guessing Rodgers would love to take Purdy's job, considering Rodgers grew up in Northern California, went to Cal, and should have been drafted by the 49ers in the first place. Instead, they took Alex Smith, who was good, but not nearly as good as Rodgers. If the 49ers trade Purdy, the locker room probably won't be pleased. At the same time, the older stars might like the idea of playing with a future. Hall of Fame quarterback for the first time. Something to think about. Which departed free agent will the 49ers miss the most? Most of the free agents that have departed the 49ers will not be missed with the exception of this one. A handful of players signed away from the 49ers during free agency. Most of them aren't players the 49ers will be crying over. For example, offensive lineman Aaron Banks. He is a player the 49ers gladly let walk away, especially at his price. However, there is one departed free agent who the 49ers will miss the most. It is undeniably beloved linebacker Dre Greenlaw. When the regular season comes around, he is a player the 49ers will be kicking themselves over. They feel the sting of his departure the most over any other departed free agent. Greenlaw's impact as a tone setter and uplifting the players around him will be extremely difficult to replicate. At least it will this year. That is where the 49ers will miss him the most. Finding a player who is productive as him will be tough, but will be easier to find than what he provides emotionally. As Charvarius Ward said to me during Super Bowl 58 week, the motor of the defense is Greenlaw. It was on perfect display is half of football played against the Rams in his season debut. The 49ers will regret allowing him to hit free agency. Sure, They tried to win him back at the buzzer, but that is a bit disrespectful to a player of his caliber and what he's given to the organization. They should have rolled the dice with him and lived with it if it didn't pan out. Instead, they look extremely cheap and potentially disrespectful for letting him go. There is also the aspect that Greenlaw wanted to be the lead guy on a defense, as the Athletics' Matt Barrows once mentioned. He was never getting that with the 49ers. Still, if he gets the rightful offer he was seeking, he likely comes back to the 49ers. Now, they will risk looking like fools for letting Denver steal him away. Rams QB catches stray over 49ers Brock. Purdy amid uncertain future, Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford stole headlines this offseason before agreeing to a restructured contract that could keep him under center beyond 2025. But the Rams also resigned backup Jimmy Garoppolo for a second season. Garoppolo recently got his turn as the topic of conversation, albeit on a much smaller scale and under more dubious circumstances. The San Francisco Standard's David Lombardi suggested current 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy was an A-list QB amid the former Mr. Irrelevant's looming contract situation. Sports Illustrated's Grant Cohn undercut Lombardi's assertion, using Garoppolo as an example. "You said Jimmy Garoppolo is an A-list QB," Cohn said on X, quoting Lombardi's post on March 27th. Now he's a backup QB for the Rams. Garoppolo, 33, was originally a second-round pick, number 62 overall, by the New England Patriots in 2014. However, he did not become a full-time starter until 2018 with the 49ers, 1 year after his trade to San Francisco. Garoppolo threw for 13,599 yards, 82 touchdowns, and 42 interceptions on 67. 6 completion during his 49ers career. He went 38-17 as their starter. Rams 49ers HC's rave about Jimmy Garoppolo. Lombardi has certainly suggested Garoppolo was better than the consensus. 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan has also lofted high praise on Garoppolo. "I think Jimmy was unbelievable for us. We won lots of games," Shanahan said per Lombardi in August 2023. "Jimmy was unbelievable here. I think he was the best quarterback here in about 20 years since Steve Young. Had an unbelievable record, and every time he played and stayed healthy, we were either in the Super Bowl or NFC Championship game. I hope no one insinuates I've ever said differently." Garoppolo signed a 5-year, $137.5 million contract with the 49ers in 2018. 3 of his next 4 contracts have been 1-year deals. The lone exception, a 3-year, $72.7 million pact with the Las Vegas Raiders in 2023, was terminated after 1 season. Garoppolo landed with the Rams in free agency in 2024, and the two sides re-upped during the 2025 cycle. Rams head coach Sean McVay prioritized retaining Garoppolo even with Stafford returning. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo wanted to return to the Rams because of their people and culture, the Rams. Com's Wyatt Miller wrote on March 12th, Rams head coach Sean McVay was adamant about getting Garoppolo back with the team after serving as the backup to Matthew Stafford last season. Jimmy Garoppolo. Part of ominous trend, Garoppolo owns a 54 record as a starter outside of his time with the 49ers. That includes a 30-25 loss to the Seattle Seahawks in place of a resting Stafford in Week 18 of the 2024 season. Sharp Football Analysis. Warren Sharp noted a troubling trend among QBs like Garoppolo. Just a reminder for anyone thinking of free. Agent QB will come in and take their team to new heights, Sharp posted on X on March 9th. Aside from Tom Brady, teams saw no meaningful success with any free agent QB. Kirk Cousins' tenure with the Minnesota Vikings 2018-2024 is the next most successful stint among the group. Cousins went 5-3-7-1 in 6 seasons, leading the Vikings to 2 postseason trips 12. The Rams hope Stafford remains healthy enough that they do not have to turn to Garoppolo outside of mop-up duty or another rest start. That minimizes their and Garoppolo's potential exposure to the trend. And now, Niners fan, I want to hear from you! What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Niners. I'll be back any moment with more Niners news.